Hello, and welcome to the Willow Rose story. I'm Willow Rose, and this is my story. Today I worked on trying to finish up the dining room project. However, I got to about the baseboards. I put the second coat on the cabinets, and I'll show you that in just a few minutes, but I got to the second coat of baseboards. That's not even true. So I just got out of the shower. I'm just so exhausted. So I started the first coat on the baseboards because I wanted to get the baseboards completely finished so that I could put up the wallpaper, because I had a little piece taped up and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so pretty. And then I just thought, well, I'll just finish up and then I can just do the wallpaper today as well. So I was kind of in the middle of that, and I got a phone call that went to voice message. So I listened to the voice message, and it didn't sound good. It was my insurance agent, and she's like, "Hi, Hannah." This was a voice message, and that's what I'm imagining her voice sounded like. This is Andrea, and we got it was like she was stammering, and I was just reading this, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not going to be good. And it wasn't. It's not bad. The more I've been living with it, the more I'm kind of thinking it is a good thing, because what it is that they sent an inspector out, the insurance company did, after they insured me to buy the house. Then they send the guy out, and of course we know I was going to have to get a new roof. I knew that, but I'm not quite prepared financially for that yet. So I was going to do that later on in the year, before winter, but not in July or whatever. So they gave me till August 1st to get a new roof, or they're gonna cancel me. So I'm just like, oh my God, that's like less than a month. So also, I've been wanting to get a gardener in here to do some landscaping and this and that and the other, and I've been wanting to get my junk hauled off. I call it the train station. I've never watched an episode of Yellowstone, but that's a really popular thing when they take somebody to off them, they take them to the train station. So that's what I was calling my little dumping ground. Like whenever I would pull something out, I'd go, you gonna take you to the train station, boo-boo. So I have quite a heap of junk out there that I have been accumulating that they left behind, or just crap that the movers left behind, and just stuff that people left here that I don't want. So, and I wanted to have the shed broken down and removed. It's horrible. It's this hideous tin shed. I knew I wanted that done, and there's another wooden shed all the way out back that it looks like if I could work with it a little bit, I could make it look like a little fairy home, like a little fairy house. So I'm gonna keep that one as my shed, and then the ugly tin one's gonna go away. That's all been in the plan. So now the inspector's like, he didn't say anything about the tin shed, but he did say something about the junk pile, and he really reamed me on the bushes. I don't know. They don't know. They're gonna call next week and get clarification on which of the bushes he's talking about, because he's just like, there's a bush touching the house. Bushes can't touch houses. There's a bush touching the fence. And I'm like, it's a picket fence. That's what you do. You plant stuff around picket fences. So anyway, I don't know. So I'm not really sure. And then he said in the report that there was native plants that need to be removed. And the only native plants I know I have are the poppies. And I told my insurance agent, that's illegal. I can't pick poppies. I have $500 fine for picking a poppy, California poppy. If you don't know that, the California poppy is our state flower, and it grows wild all over California. But if you're caught picking one, it's a $500 fine. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's against the law. Pull those out. I'm not pulling those out. So she's like, I don't know if he was talking about the poppies. And I was like, well, what other native shrubs are around here? I'm pretty good. I'm kind of an herbalist. I sort of know my plants, and there's no, which is why I want them out anyway, because they're all like, except for the gladiolas, Everything else is just ornamental, and I'm a person that I don't want ornamental stuff in my yard. It needs, like, I don't want a tree unless it like produces fruit. I don't want, like, I want plants. I like flowers. I do like flowers, but and they are ornamental, but a lot of flowers are medicinal as well. So anyway, so I'm in touch with a roofer, and we're trying to work together and come up with a quote. And I have a quote for taking the shed down and hauling off all the debris and all the crap that's there. I sent him pictures of it. So he's gonna come. So everybody's coming next week, and he's a landscaper, the guy that's gonna haul my stuff away. So he's gonna help me pull out some shrubs, and then we're just gonna start a plan for landscaping. I wanted to do that, but I wanted to wait until next spring again, so that I could recover a little bit financially before I just jumped in. But now I'm kind of being pushed into this, so I'm kind of okay with that. So that's the excuse now why I haven't finished the dining room. But I'll show you what I've done. This is what it looks like walking in from the living room. So over here, I just have a couple of chairs and a little plant just to kind of put them there. These chairs will be side chairs anyway to my table. It's gonna go right here in front of the cabinets. Let me pull those shades. Okay, much better. Now you have even light on it. So this is what it looks like. I haven't put anything in it yet, but as you can see, it's completed. And I did decide to use these knobs. Several of you encouraged me to use the old knobs, and I just love them. I'm glad I did. And I still haven't worked on the floorboards or the rest of the trim. I'll do that on another day. And so this space here is huge. And I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what I want to do. Someone suggested wallpapering it in the same William Morris wallpaper I'm going to put on this wall. However, I don't think I'm that talented, or do I have enough patience to do that? So I've started loading a few things up into the drawers, some platters and stuff, and I'm super happy about that. And I still need to get replacement knobs here because I didn't like the ones that came off up there. But this part's done. It's done. I'm gonna wait until after I get back after the weekend to close the cabinets and to close the drawers completely, because I don't want them to get stuck like that. And oh, I know what I wanted to ask. Okay, so I have this door right here. So the wallpaper is gonna start here and it's gonna go all the way to the corner, and of course here. But I have this door. I have no idea what to do with this door. If you have any ideas, maybe you can help me. I think it was probably originally a linen closet or a dish closet to keep dishes and stuff in. As you can see, it's pretty beat up, so I'm okay with painting it or taking it off. I almost thought about taking it off and putting a curtain there. And I did look at curtains, and they do have curtains in the same pattern as my wallpaper. And they're not that expensive, but the problem is that the wallpaper, say the flowers are this big on the wallpaper, on the curtains they're huge. They're huge, like big, like it's magnified by maybe, I don't know, 5, 10%, 50%. No, it would be more than that. It'd be like 50%. So anyway, I don't know. This is probably kind of a bad conclusion for a 3-day project. Kind of anticlimactic, I think, but and for that I apologize. And I wish I had more energy to give you a better video today, but this is probably the best you're gonna get. I'm still working on it. As soon as I get back, I'll continue on that. While I'm in Colombia, I'll probably take a little video here and there of the puppies and their slumber party. And so if you're interested in that, oh look, it looks like I have a little crown. Oh my goodness, I love that. Oh, that made my day. That makes me very happy. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that and stay whimsical.